What's up, y'all? I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to change a stator and rectifier on a 2007 Suzuki s83 or Suzuki intruder vs1400. Here's the way to do it real quick. First of all, you gotta stabilize your bike. I suggest you ratchet strap the front end down on some wheel chocks, like this motorcycle front wheel, whatever, chalk I got from Harbor Freight. And then you want to jack up the bike, put it on some wooden planks. For doing the stator, you got to drain the oil out, so go ahead and do that. Then you got to take the battery out. The battery's located right here under this box. It's kind of hard to get to, but it's not too bad. Basically what you got to do is you got to unhook the leads. So start from the black side, the negative side, and then the positive side. Leave the positive side for last. You might have to take off this cover right here to get to the battery to do that. But once you got the leads off, then you drop the battery out from over here. You can see in the front door is held together by two 10mm bolts. Take those off, battery drops out. Then if you're doing the stator, you might as well do the rectifier as well. The rectifier is located right here. You can kind of see it. Let's see, where is it? It's right here. This is the rectifier. Basically, there's two 10mm bolts holding that together, and the wiring goes up all the way to the other side of the bike. I'll show you where the wiring is right here. And this is that right here, this plug. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a zip tie right here. You got to undo, and you don't have to break the zip tie. It actually comes loose. So you just pull it up, pull the tab up, and the zip tie comes loose, and then you re-plug in the rectifier once you replace it. So rectifier is done. Then you come over here, drain the oil out, like I said. Then you got to take this cover off. Basically, it looks like that. So just unscrew it with 10mm ratchet. And that, or I'm sorry, 8mm ratchet, and then it comes loose. And then you got to undo these little clips right here that hold the wire together, and unhook the stator wire. And the stator wire looks like this. It's got one lead coming off from this side, and it's got two connections. Those two connections are up here. These are the two connections, and they run through here. They're zip tied back here to a couple of wires, so make sure you undo those. You should be able to pull them through and then pull them out from under here. So I pulled them out from right here, came out, and then I tucked them back in and pulled them out the rest of the way. The biggest part about doing the stator is you got to drop this footrest assembly, and basically it's 8 bolts holding that together, but some of the bolts have cotter pins in them. So the 2 bolts on this side, the 2 bolts on the farther side have cotter pins like this inside the bolt. You can see where the bolt has a hole in it, and that's where the cotter pin went. So I used a needle nose pliers, or you can use some of these those little hex things to kind of finagle that way out. And I did it. I was able to pull them out, but you got to drop them kind of a little bit ways. The footrest. I didn't need to drop it all the way. I just I left 2 screws in here, kind of loosened them up over here on this side, so it's actually held up by 2 screws right here. They're just kind of loose, but you didn't need to drop this all the way out, but it was enough to get it out of the way. Now the stator cover requires 8mm or 8mm bolts, and it's kind of tough to pull out. Once you do, you got to watch the gasket, because the gasket comes loose. So make sure you buy a gasket like that, so that you can pull that sucker out and replace the gasket, because that you can't reuse that gasket again. Basically, it was just a lot of finagling. Make sure that you watch these gears. These gears will pop out on you when you pull it out. There's also spacers that go right here, and I think the other one's right here. So watch those spacers. But yeah, I mean, once you drop the footrest, the foot pegs down, you should be able to pull the whole thing off and get it done. So now it's just a matter of replacing that part and then screwing everything back in. All right, good luck.